We've got the Oxytec pub run coming up shortly, mid-August. What the hell am I going to take? Man, this is annoying. Take the Monaro, that'll be alright, but just a bit new school. Those guys always have a couple of cool old mini trucks or full trucks, just cool stuff generally. Monaro won't really fit in. Take the Mustang, too hard to drive to do that sort of event, especially August, could possibly rain, wet, no interested. Would be cool. Very cool. What if we could take a Torana? That'd be wrong. It's too freaking boring. It's a cool car, but it's a bit boring. Cool to cover. Do an old school Pro Street build. That'll be wrong. And we've got those World Stars there. They're old school. Don't look great, not shiny, don't care, don't matter. Cool if this thing looked like it was just dragged out of the shed. Like built in the 90s and someone's parked it and forgotten about it. Good old barn find sort of thing, that'd be cool. Cut up the tubs, fit the old school Worldies, old World Stars, that'd look good. And the car's not perfect, doesn't need to be. Just a cruiser, fat, get it engineered, get it legal, cruise it, fat arm cruise it throughout summer. That'd be alright. That'd be alright. That would be pretty cool. It's big fat wheels, bigs and littles, old school. Keep it as it is. Just tubs. Keep the bench, keep the column, that'd be awesome. That'd upset a few people. Stocky motor. It'll look fat as. We'll give Andy an ad both have a call, I reckon. See if he can squeeze us in. With the Torana, it's something I probably wasn't going to do originally, but you know, things change. We all get bored, and this car's just so good that I decided to do it too. I've been wanting to build a bit of a retro themed Pro Street car from the 90s. So all through the 90s I grew up around the Pro Street scene. I've built a few cars, tub, chassis, blown cars. It's been awesome. But obviously the older you get, you don't want to drive that stuff that much, so, well, some of us don't. So this car's going to be the old school sort of look. So I'm planning on tubs. We're going to run some big tubs to suit the 10s. We are going to run, you know, the big and little, full big and little combo. The rest of the car's sort of really going to stay much the same. So not changing the bench, not changing the column, not changing the motor or the gearbox. We're just doing a back end to it basically. I've got a Borg water here. We're going to run a set of floaters, 31 spline axles, coilovers, obviously narrow the diff, do the tubs, and just get the stance sort of right on point. Now the guys down at AdmoFab, Andy down there, they'll be looking after the car. We've got a short window to do it in. The car's been booked in for a little bit. They're really doing us a huge favour. So if everything goes to plan, we should be able to do the event that we're aiming for in the middle of August. So time crunch is on, but it will be worth it. So I will be doing some updates and some video on what we're doing, how we're doing it, all that sort of stuff along the way. So stay tuned and subscribe, like, do all that sort of stuff, and follow the build of this one. Cheers, guys. Here's the new front wheels. So these are 15.4 original World Pro Stars. Now these are dated, I'm not sure if you can really see, but 1989. So these are original Worlds. So they're not the later model new version. So they're nice and old. We're just waiting on some smaller diameter tyres to arrive over the next week, and we'll then be able to turn and go lock to lock easily without fouling anything or cutting anything, which is something I do not want to do. The rears, obviously again, date coded 1989, so yeah, match the fronts perfectly. These are 1510s with a 3.5 inch backspace. We've wrapped them in some 275 6015 Pro Street radials. Thanks to those guys for getting these tyres to us quick smart. So I think these under the back of it will yeah, fatten it up and give it that real sort of tough Pro Street look that we're sort of chasing, which would be excellent. So Pro Street rebuild part 1. So we've just started doing a little bit of tidying up, just got the dirt out and just given the inner guards and stuff just a quick dust over with black. They're pretty brown and grotty. It's dirt and crap over the years. We're not making it a show car, but it just makes it a lot cleaner and nicer. We have got the HQ front calipers and discs on now. We're just waiting for the pads to arrive and we'll get those back in, and then new brake lines which are here as well. We'll get all those on probably tomorrow, I'd reckon, and that way we'll have the front part of the system all built, and that way we can fit the new wheels. So that part's all good. So we're just heading down to see the guys down at Admo Fab, just to check on the Torana, see where they're at. Not expecting a great amount of work done. The car only got here yesterday. The plans we've got are with the guys at Admo Fab are really pretty easy. It's just literally cut the tubs out, make some room for the big wheels, and yeah, get everything fit, build a diff suspension, and away we go. Hopefully we can get it turned around pretty quickly. See how they go. They've got lots of other work on as well. But yeah, anyway, so I'll be there in a couple of minutes and see where they're up to. We'll try and get as much video footage of it as we can. Fortunately, the guys there are relatively close, only about a 10-minute drive from work. So I'll yeah, shoot down and try and get as much video as possible as it's all coming together, and yeah, we can watch the progress and see if you can smile like me when it's done. Anyway, stay tuned. Adelaide Motorsport Fabrication. Thank you guys. Love your work. Here you go. You can see the tubs on the way initially being cut out. This is the passenger side of the car. Most of the tub's already gone. We'll go around to the driver's side. With this tub here is pretty well already been removed now. So they've done a nice neat job of that so far, which is cool. Here you can see the front wheels on the car, looking down the side, always looks good. Looking forward to get some big fat wheels under it. Over to the passenger side, we've got the rear wheel dummied up here. The diff, the bogie already stripped, ready to start welding up, which is coming along nicely. Man, that's fat. That's going to be right height there. Hopefully we may be able to sneak it up a little bit higher. We'll see. So there you go, that's the end of the video for this time. The next one will go into, you know, obviously the diff going in and setting up the rear suspension, get the fuel tank back in and all that sort of gear, pubs, so on and so forth. Yeah, so it's starting to come along really well, as you can see. It is looking sick. I am pretty excited to have it all done and dusted and finished, all back together back in the shop so we can steamroll it, get it finished, and get on the road to Sydney come middle of August. So yeah, other stuff happening around the shop. Hey, while we're here, the Cortina's sitting there, nearly ready for its next trundle in about 6-7 weeks time. We're at the Bend, middle of September. We've just got a couple of little brake issues we're trying to fix. Got some new brakes coming for it, and then that'll be good to go. Mustang is up on the hoist. Not much is happening with this one, but it's pretty well ready to go. We're just fitting a new sensor new Haltech sensor to the gearbox, just for shift position, so we can then do boost over gear and a few other cool things with that as well. Otherwise, it's sitting here ready to hit the track again very shortly. Not sure where we'll end up. Otherwise, shop's pretty busy with manufacturing at the moment and dispatch and all that sort of stuff. Cool little Anglia over here that we're getting ready to put back onto the track shortly. That'll be pretty cool once done. It runs a little 4.4 litre Rover V8 in it. That's a very cool thing. Should be fast. Anyway, we'll see you guys soon. Again, subscribe, like, comment, and we'll get some more videos up soon. Cheers, guys.